Hello students. Today we are going to study ninth chapter of our class 8th science NCERT textbook, that is reproduction. The name of the chapter is reproduction in animals, but the general topic of the chapter is reproduction. Now, let's study. Do you just recall the processes of digestion, circulation, and respiration which you have studied in your previous classes? So, these processes are essential for the survival of every individual, right? So, you have also learnt about the process of reproduction in plants. Now, reproduction is essential for the continuation of a species. If we want to continue the species, for that reproduction is a very essential process. So, imagine what would have happened if organisms have not reproduced. You will realize that reproduction is very important as it ensures the continuation of similar kind of individuals generation after generation. It gives us similar kind of individuals after every generation. Now, so in this chapter, we shall learn how reproduction takes place in animals. So, let's first study the basic definition of reproduction. Reproduction can be defined as the process of producing young ones. It is the process through which young ones are produced. Now, there are basically two types of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. First, we will study about asexual reproduction. What now here a basic you can see the figure given over here. This figure is of hydra. This is the figure of hydra. They are very small animals. They are we can say they are small microscopic organisms. So they undergo asexual reproduction. Let's study about their process of asexual reproduction. Now, in each hydra, there may be one or more bulges, and these bulges are the developing new individuals, and they are called as buds. You can see here, this is the parent hydra in figure 1, and a small bulge. This is the parent hydra and a small bulge. This is a small bulge which is coming out from that hydra, and then in the second step this bulge is growing in size. So similarly here it is getting detached, and here it is separated from the parent hydra. These bulges are known as buds. Now, recall the presence of buds in yeast. In yeast also we can see the buds. So, in a similar way, in hydra also, the new individuals develop as outgrowths. Here, this new individual are developed as outgrowth. This is the outgrowth. This is the new individual, and they develop as outgrowths from a single parent. From this single parent hydra, an outgrowth is developing. This outgrowth is called as bud. So, this type of reproduction in which only single parent is involved is called as asexual reproduction. The reproduction process in which only single parent is involved is termed as asexual reproduction. And since the new individuals develop from the buds in hydra, this type of asexual reproduction is called as budding. As we can see here that the new individual they develop from this buds. So that's why the reproduction process, the asexual reproduction in hydra is termed as budding. So what happened? In it, the offspring is produced from the body parts other than reproductive organs. The offspring means this bud, or we can say the new individuals that are formed, we term them as offsprings. So The offspring is produced from the body part of the parent hydra, which is other than the reproductive organ. The body part that is involved in the reproduction is not reproductive organ. Other than reproductive organ is involved. Example of asexual reproduction: we can see asexual reproduction in lower plants and animals, as we saw here for the case of hydra. Again, you can just refer the picture. This is the parent hydra, and this outgrowth is developing, which we term as bud. Then this bud is growing in size, then it gets detached, and then it separates out from the parent hydra. Now, what features do this hydra undergo or it have? It is uniparental. Uniparental means only single parent is involved. As I told you earlier also, that in asexual reproduction only single parent is involved, so it is uniparental. As we can see here, that only one parent hydra is there. The offspring, that is the new individual produced, is clone of parent. Clone means exactly the carbon copy, exactly similar to the parent. As we can see here, whenever this new individual will grow in size, we want to be able to analyze, or we want to be able to recognize which is the parent hydra and which is the offspring. And it is the fast mode of reproduction. The reproduction is fast through asexual reproduction. Now, another method of asexual reproduction is binary fission. Binary fission is seen in amoeba. It is observed in amoeba. So, it is a type of asexual reproduction when a parent cell splits into two daughter cells. See students, as the name suggests, binary. Binary means two, and fission means breakdown, or we can say splitting. Fission means breakdown. Binary means two. So, when a parent cell breaks down or splits into two daughter cells, it is termed as binary fission. Example, amoeba. Now, you have already learnt about the structure of amoeba, right? It has irregular structure, and you will recall that amoeba is a single-celled organism. Now, it begins the process of reproduction by the division of its nucleus into two nuclei. See, let me first give you let us first revise the structure of amoeba. This is the parent cell. This is the structure of amoeba. This purple color which is shown is the cytoplasm, and this black colored dot is the nucleus. This is the cytoplasm, which is a fluid matrix, and this is the nucleus. This parent cell, now amoeba starts its reproduction. How will it start its reproduction? First of all, it will divide its nucleus into two nuclei. See, here in this figure we can see its nucleus divides into two nuclei. Now, this is followed by division of its body into two, each part receiving a nucleus. Then the cytoplasm divides. The body divides and each part has a nucleus, right? Finally, two amoeba are produced from one parent amoeba. Here we can see that these two amoeba are produced, that is, two daughter cells are produced from one parent amoeba. This type of asexual reproduction, in which an animal reproduces by dividing into two individuals, is called as binary fission, right? And one more thing I want to clear, that two daughter cells means not son and daughter type, but daughter cells means two offsprings, that is two new individuals only. Here the sexes are not allowed, son and daughter. Two daughter cells means two individual cells are produced, that is two offsprings are produced. And apart from budding and binary fission, there is also another method by which a single parent reproduces the young ones, that you will study in your higher classes. Till here, budding and binary fission. Budding is in Hydra, binary fission is undergone in amoeba. These are the two processes which you have learnt in asexual reproduction. So here is a revision for the steps which are involved in binary fission. As I told you the process in the previous slide, first it grows in size. So the parent cell will grow in size and the nuclear material will double. The nucleus doubles, then constriction appears. This is the constriction. So the cytoplasm will divide and the constriction appears. Then it is followed by the division of cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm divides and finally two daughter cells are formed. This is the process of binary fission which is undergoing